I've worked my way up sizes and I've cored a hole through the stud that's about 6 mil wide. I cored 2 7mm holes through each side and I still can't get them out. So I'm going to give up on that for a minute and work on removing things in the engine. Okay, so I'm removing these two 14mm bolts holding, I believe, an engine mount. Move the 2 bolts, but it still will not move. I've also jacked up the engine. So now I'm going to remove this driver's side engine mount, which is one 16mm through bolt here, which I'm taking out now. And there it is. So now I've removed the engine mount, and that's where those two 14mm nuts were on. So the through bolt, and the 2 nuts. Okay, so now I've got it loose, so this should come out. So I've got the cam belt cover off, and take a look at that wheel. So I've taken out 5 10mm bolts, so let's put them back where they belong. Went there. Oops. So there you go, I've put the bolts. Bolts are in. Check that out there. Thick oil. Got to be leaking from the camshafts. The cam belt looks alright. Don't know how you can tell when it was put in or how old it is, but try and figure that out later. Now with the cam belt cover, I've got that engine mount bracket out as well, and so I've put the 3 bolts that I'd taken out, put the engine mount back on with the nuts on. That's the engine hook thing, and I can't remember what that is, but that belonged to it, I think. Looks to me like there's engine oil coming out of this one. Not that one, but this one here. Okay, so I've taken the alternator bracket off, taken the drive belt off, and I'm going to work it. Taking that off, I've undone the tensioner of the compressor and water pump. But no, the compressor, I think. Okay, yeah. And this was the alternator tensioner thing. This is the compressor belt, and I don't know if this means what it means, but I'd imagine it does. This is actually quite new, February 2015. And the other one doesn't have a date on it, like this one does. This one just has made in EU, and that's about it. Okay, so I've got both the belts off. I think that's a compressor belt, and that's the alternator belt. The alternator belt was smaller than the compressor belt. Okay, so I've removed this bolt and this bolt from the alternator bracket, and then I've removed this through bolt here that holds the alternator to the bracket. Remove the alternator, and here it is absolutely covered in oil. Absolutely caked in oil. Ooh, stick this down here. Oh, look at that. Caked. Right, I've now taken the alternator bracket, which is really heavy. Ouch. And there it is. So let's put the nuts where they belong. Pretty sure that one goes there. That one goes in there. That one slides. Through there. That's the alternator bracket. And there's the 3 items that belong to the alternator. Also, there was a 2 connectors in the alternator. One for from the battery and another like electric connector.